we're going to assume that 4,000 of that came from your team and 1,000 of that came from you personally. We're also going to assume that you are operating at a 13% level. And how you make sure that you do that is at the 13% level, you have at least 5 of your team members order at least a $225 order in that calendar month. It can be cumulative, and that you yourself place at least a $600 order. So that is the necessary requirements to always have a 13% check. And I want you to begin as a really smart businesswoman and a woman that is wanting to move up the career path. I want you right now to start promising yourself that you are never going to operate at less than 13% per month, because that's where the real money in team building starts. So at 13%, you have at least 5 women order at least $225 on your team of personal consultants, and you yourself place at least a $600 order. So if you did $5,000 in necessary production to get on target for your car, let's also assume that you got 2 new qualified team members this month with at least a $600 store. So $5,000 in production, 2 qualified team members, 4,000 came from your team, and 1,000 came from you personally. That is our scenario. So you only get paid as an on-target car driver on the $4,000 in production that is your personal team members' production. So if you got 13% of that $4,000, you would get $520 in commissions. Now, in that same month, if you got 2 new qualified team members as a red jacket and above, each time you add to your team of consultants, your personal team of consultants, each time you add a personal qualified team member with at least a $600 order, you get a $50 sign-on bonus for her, a one-time bonus. So if you got 2 new qualified team members in a month, in addition to the $4,000 that your team generated and the $520 and a 13% commission, you would get $100 extra for those 2 qualified team members. So you and your team together did 5,000. They did 4,000. You did 1,000. You qualified for the 13% on their $4,000 of orders, giving you a $520 commission, and you got 2 $50 bonuses on your 2 qualified team members. And so together, you would have earned $620 in commissions. That's it. Now, that makes a couple of car payments, that makes a house payment, 620 bucks, okay? So you're also on target to win a free car, don't forget that. And this is just your first really significant stop on the Mary Kay career path. So let's take it one step farther. Let's decide that you've moved into director in qualification, or what we commonly refer to that as DIQ. Now, things change just a little bit in DIQ, but the really big thing that changes is your team's just getting bigger. Your team is working at a little bit higher volume. And so let's just assume that you and your DIQ team did $8,000 in production. That would be a really good, solid, sound month of DIQ production. And one of the things that I really like to talk about in our future national area is not operating on minimums. As a sales director, you really start earning money at the Premier Club level, which is at that $9,000 level. And so let's just talk about an $8,000 month, which is a good solid month between Grand Achiever status and Premier status as a director. So let's just talk about really working towards that as a DIQ and starting to set the bar at that level as a DIQ. And so let's look at an $8,000 month of production as a DIQ team. Now, let's break it down like this. Let's assume that $1,000 of that continues to be yours, and $7,000 comes from your DIQ team. Now remember, this is a little different now, because as a DIQ, not everybody on your team is necessarily going to be your personal team member. You're going to have personal team members,